Hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCal Saber here. Today, we're going to take a look at Comic Hunters, one of the new games I picked up after Gen Con. Played it a little bit. I'm going to try to walk you through and show you how this game plays this time. We did a first look on it, but only looked at those. But I'm going to have to show you a few things before we get started here. This is one of the boards that'll be up out of sight for most of the game while we play. And I want to show you a few things on here. Okay. Up here in the top, this corner, we got the schedule. It's called schedule, but it's actually the steps you're going to take. It goes to store, to flea market, to convention. Then you're going to assemble collection. Then you go to the store again, but you go to the auction site, then convention, assemble, all the way down. I'll show you these steps as we go through. Here, we're going to be looking for heroes. These were ones they recommend for the first game, but this is actually can be changed up every game. So the randomness is for this is pretty cool. So the one with the biggest points is going to be Spider-Man. Okay, then we got Captain America, we got Thor, and we got Black Widow, Black Panther, and why do I always forget who that one is? That is Doctor Strange. Okay. So in your collections, depending on you make it, say I'm making a collection of Spider-Man, and at the end of the game, I got 6 cards in that collection. I go up here, 6 cards. I'm going to get 12 points for that at the end. Okay. Now this here, and this is called the secret stash. Each player is going to start with 15 points per or dollars per se. In it, when you go to the auction section, there's going to be bidding on there, and you're going to be bidding. And for say like I bid 11, and then they bid on one section, and they've only bid 9. Well, they bid 9. They bid 11. 2. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they only had bid 3. They will get to pick whatever row it is. Okay, but the big thing is, at the end of the game, you get victory points for what you have remaining. So right now, at the end of the game, this one would get 11, and this one would get 12. So while you're bidding and trying to get things, it's also important to try to keep this up as high as you can. Then down here we have the highlights things, and this is in every. Okay, so this one here, this thing here, this means this is going to be the first look at the book, first book. Let me read it so I don't mess that one up. Okay, it's going to be like the number one release of that comic book. Okay, and then in here, this is going to have the first appearance of another character, of some character, first appearance. So we might be doing a Spider-Man book, but we'll this, for example, say Black Widow showed up on it for the first time. Could be this one. And then this one here is going to be a new look on there. Now, as we're going along, as you're building your collections, you're going to start putting one of your markers on here. At the end of the game, this is what it is for 4 players, 15, 12. Okay. At the end of a 2-player game, the highest person gets 15, the second person gets 12 in each row. So you could get 45 points in that at the end of the game in that row. Okay, and the Venom of tie, you add up all the points in the place, and then immediately go and divide the number of players divided. So this is I'm set up for a 2-player game. Okay, there is a solo rule too, but I'm just I wanted to show you 2-player. There are some solo rules for it also. Then over here is just little markets of what the reminder what the store is, the flea market, the auction, and the convention. So I'm going to move the board around a little bit here. Okay. So the game's going to start off. We're going to have 4 decks. This is over here. You have say 1. Their value is 1, 2, and 3. Then this is like the contemporary age, and these will show you the hero. Then it'll show you the highlights of the book, and then it'll show you the years. Like these are value 1, but they're in the 2000s. See 2016 on there. Okay, so then we go to the value twos, and now we're back in the 1990s. And then we're gonna go, as you can see, they have a issue. I have to get these cards uh, sleeved. And back in here, we got back in the 60s and 70s. So that's why they're higher value. Now we also start off what's called the convention deck. That's this deck here. I'm not going to show them to you, but it's built up and shuffled of cards from all three decks. Not a very good shuffle. I guess maybe I didn't shuffle these yet. But anyway, it's called the convention deck. We'll be using these later too. There's the rules in the rule book for each, like 3 to 4 player, 1 to 2 player, and so forth, of how this deck is built. How many ones, how many twos, how many threes. Okay. So the first thing we're going to be going to, which is up on that chart, I'm trying to see how I can get this. Hold on one second. Well, anyway, I can't. I'm going to put the convention deck over here to the side. To get the 2-player game started, more than 2-player games, you only get 5, but each player is going to get 7 cards from the contemporary deck. Okay, I'm going to move these decks over here now. And we're going to say that this guy over here, this person is this is the first player token. Okay. So the first thing they do, each person is going to pick 1 card out of their deck that they want to keep. And I'm going to pick different ones for each person so that I can try to get different them. So this guy's going to keep a Captain America first look. Okay. Keep that one. Let's get somebody else. This guy's going to keep a Spider-Man. Let's just some other Spider-Mans. Let's see if there's a better one. Yeah, there's the first one. There's the first look on the Spider-Man one too. They're going to keep that. Now, each person is going to take 1 card randomly out of their hand and they're going to take it out of the game. So we'll do it the third from the bottom from each one. Okay. And they're just taken out of the game. All right, now what's going to happen here is the drafting portion. These people are going to exchange cards. Okay. And he's going to pick one out of here. Now, we already picked the Captain America, right? So he's going to say, I'm going to keep this Captain America here. And this one here. No Spider-Man. So what are we going to say? Maybe he's going to keep Captain. We'll say, let's try to take this one here. Let's take Black Panther. That's the first look. Let's keep that. Then we change him again. And I'll be right back after I do all of this. Okay. That was the flea market section. No, the store, I'm sorry. We are now going into the flea market section. And then here, we're going to take the modern age cards and we're going to turn over. We're going to form 3. I'll show you how. I'm forgetting the words, okay? Turn over 3 just like this. Okay. This could be up to 5, 4, and 3. We'll see. So now we're at there. So now the first player can take a card off of that deck. They have a choice and place it down here next to one of these or pick one up. I'm going to place it next to one of these just so we can see how it goes. So this one is going to go here. Now, the second player is going to get to go. And the place there says, I'm really looking for some Spider-Man. I don't see any yet, so let's see if we can get something here. Well, we're getting this Captain America guy all built up. So now it's back to the first player. Now the first player can pick up one of these rows or uh, put another card down. So the first player says, I'm going to pick up that top row because them are both, pretty good cards. All right. So top player is going to pick them up. All right. Just hold them there for a second. This person here says, you're not going to fill that row back up again now. And so the next person says, I'm going to, once there's only one person left, they can complete the rows if they want prior to making a row selection. So this guy could go like this and like this. Okay, so not a lot of them are helping, but we did pick a Black Panther. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that row there. Now these two cards that here, remember I talked about that convention deck? They're going into the convention deck and we're going to shuffle it up right away so I don't forget it. And that is this what we just called the flea market. Okay. Move things around here and I'll be right back. And at the end of the first, these cards go into their hands. At the end of the flea market move, this player here picks somebody out that's playing to become the first player. Of course, there's only one other person playing, so this is now going to become the first player, and we're going into what's called the convention. Remember we talked about the convention deck, right? You're right back. Okay, so they're going to take the convention deck, and they're going to build something here. I'm just doing this and show you how we're going to do this. In for the higher player counts games, there's more to each one. So we've got enough room here. We don't have enough room here. Move that board back up. This is the thing we're building right here is the convention. Okay, so that's it for right now. All right. So now this player here is first player this time. Okay. Now what they can do is these cards that are in the middle here, or they can move any cards around that they want. For example, what was the big thing we were looking for? A Spider-Man, right? So we're not looking out there and we're not seeing any Spider-Man. This is really hurting them. So, but there is a Black Panther there. All right, so maybe we want to do the Black Panther. There's a Black Panther down here. Okay, so I'll trying to show you how this would work. What else they got going here? They got some good stuff going with Doctor Strange too. Okay, there's a Doctor Strange right there and one down here and down here. Okay. They don't have to, I'm going to double check. They don't have to move it if they don't want. Okay, they don't have to, but we're going to say, for an example, that, yeah, I can do this for an example one, okay? They can move one card through empty spaces anywhere they want. So we're going to say that this person's moving his Doctor Strange into here. They can only move the one space, or they can keep moving as long as there's empty spaces. Now, when they're done, they're going to say either a row or a column. And they're going to say, in this column right here, I'm going to pick up Doctor Strange. So it's going to pick up Doctor Strange in the turn. Each person's going to get 2 turns. Now it's this guy's turn over here, and we know that he's his big one is what else has he got going here? So he start building something else here. And so, see what I got here? Look at got a lot of Captain America. I want to start building something else too. And so I don't know. I saw what he just picked up. So it says, well, we're gonna need to try to block him or build something. And so he's looking at this Black Widow right here. I don't see any other Black Widows on the board that can help him. Okay, so wow. So I'm going to let's see if I can get any Hulk, anything else going with Hulk. Yeah, I can. All right. We're going to go up here, and we're going to go up here. We're going to say in this row here, we're going to take Hulks. Okay, so there is a Hulk there. See that one? So he's taking these 2 Hulks. Now, because they went last, play goes in reverse order. So this person here is going to be going again. Now they want to see what they can be doing here. They just took Hulk. So now they have 3 Hulks. See if we can get any of these here. No, but they said we're going to pick out of this row here, and we're going to take Thor. So there's 3 Thors in this row. Okay, so now it's back to this guy again. Yeah. He's hurting a little bit here, folks. Have 2 of them going. He wants a Black Panther really bad, he says. Really wants a Black Panther really bad. Now let's see if there's there's another Black Panther right here. So he's going to go doop, doop, doop. And in this row here, I'm going to take Black Panther. So I took the Black Panthers. All right, so we're going to pick these cards back up now. Put them back into the convention deck. Okay, just to show you where we are, those went back into the convention deck. We're at assembly collections. So now each person to have a collection, you must have a minimum of 3. But to put down, you can have a minimum of you can have 2. I'll try to demonstrate that if I can. All right. Yeah, I can. I'm going to be able to. So we're going to say now I'm going to have to pay for this too. This cost this time when I put them in. So I'm going to say we'll do these 2, 2. Right off the bat, that's going to cost me $7 to put this collection down. Now, what dollars am I talking about? The dollars that are on the cards. So I'm going to have to pay $7. Boy, I don't want to get rid of that one. So if I got rid of all of these, it's $7. They go back into the convention deck. Okay, but I'm not done yet. Oh, I screwed it up. I wanted to show you something. I'll do it with the other one. See, but now I don't have 2 of any. All right. Now I'm going to have to discard because you can only carry 2 cards over to the next section on the board. All right. So we wanted to go. We got the. Oh yeah, I do have 2. I can show you. See the Thors? Okay, I can put these down. Now this is not a collection, but they still have to be paid for. That's 3, and I have 3, so they're gone. I don't have any cards left. All right. Let's see what this guy's got going for him. Okay, he's got 4 Black Panthers. Let's check it out. To save space, you can put them like that. You don't have to have them spread out like that. So now we got 4 Black Panthers. That's 7 also. So let's see what we got going here. I hate getting rid of these 3. So if I put them down, I'm going to have to pay 12. I don't have 12. I'm lucky I have 7 there. Okay, so I started off wanting to be a Spider-Man. It didn't go that way, did it? Okay, so let's see what we can do with paying for this 7 here. 4. 7. Get it back into the convention deck. Remember I said you can carry 2 over? Well, he can't put 1 card down. He has to put a minimum of 2 like this guy did. Okay, and so he's going to say, all right, we're going to get rid of this one here and keep these these higher value ones. Even though that's a first, that's a higher scoring one up here. First. Oh, these are the first also. All right, so we're going to get rid of that one. We're going to carry these 2 over. So now this is where some more of this stuff comes into play on his highlights board. We're looking at player A over here, and he's got 2 of those. So it's going to put a 2 marker out there in those firsts. We're looking. They got 2 firsts, so they're going to put another 2 marker out there too. Okay, do we have any of these highlights? No, we don't have any of them. Do we have any of these highlights? He's got 2. He doesn't have any. So that right there is the end of the first section, which is assembly section. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go push this back out of the way. These stay out here looking like this. You say, what are you going to do? You're out of cards. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to skip some spaces because I already showed you. We're going back to the store. That's where we're going to get 7 cards and do that drafting, the picking and drafting and so forth. Okay. Then after the store, we're going to be going to the auction site. I want to show you this one here. All right. Okay, so we are at the auction site. We're right here on the board. Now, on the auction site, we're going to take the high value ones, okay? And we're going to make 2, for 2 players, we're going to make 2 columns. And I forgot after that convention, that player picks another person, so they changed it over to here. So we made 2 columns here. Now, the first player is going to say, all right, which row do I want to put up for bid first? Okay, and it says, okay, and we already know we're going Captain America, and there ain't no Captain Americas out there. We got any Thors out there? We do have a Thor out there. So we're going to say, okay, we're going to put this first row up to bid, okay? And I'm going to bid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It leaves me with 10 left. Right? So now it's up to the next person. Okay. So we'll say this person is going to pass. They passed. So they have just forfeited their right to continue bidding on this lot. So this lot is over. All right. And so I just bid that 4, that 5 is getting deducted. I'm taking these cards. Now here's there's some confusion in the rules on Board Game Geek where it says that you have to pay. One reading means that you would have to pay 12 for this. Well, I don't have 12. The other reading was that you pay one for each of the cards, but he already paid on the bid. All right, so you don't have to pay nothing. So now he's got 4 cards back in his hand. Now this person here is going to get to pick up the last 3. Now they must pay $3 for those. 1, 2, 3. I may be reading that right, but there's some confusion on this between the rule book and the stuff on Board Game Geek. And he's getting this one here, and it's going into his hand. That is the auction bid. Now we're going to go back to the convention where we did all of that stuff and slid the cards around and picked out the 4th row, 3rd row, so forth. And then after the convention, I forgot this token keeps moving back and forth. I have to make myself a little cheat sheet on it. So we're going to assemble cards again. Then we're going to go back to the flea market. That's where we did the flea market. And we put cards down or took them. Then we're going to go back to the auction site again, which we just did on the auction site. We're going to go back to the convention where we just did. And then we're going to assemble for the last time. Then after assembly is over, that's when you're going to do your final scoring. Got a nice little score pad right here. Player 1, 2, 2. Okay, so you're going to get collection sizes. All right, so we're going to say that he has 5 on Captain America. So you go to the Captain America, go to the 5 column here, he'll get 10 points. All right, he's got 4 on Black Panther. He would go to Black Panther's 4, and he'd get 4 points. So there's a big difference in there. All right, so you're going to get the collection points. Then collection variety. Okay, this is here where we're using this one, varied collection variety. That means if you have 3 or more different collections, we're going to say that I had these 2 just for the heck of it and say that I had another collection. I don't know how the cards in my hand to be able to do it. No, I don't. So we'll just say that these are 2 of the same, 3 of the same, and it's another collection. So we're going to say and this guy had this card down here. That's a Thor. And we'll say that these 3 were the same. I would have 3 collections. You got to have a minimum of 3, and I would get 5 points on there. Secret stash. I would get 10 points because I have 10 left, and they would get 13. Now over here they'd be doing the same thing with theirs. And then the first highlight, we're going to go down here to highlights, and we're going to say that they were this way. He's going to get 15. He's going to get 12. Okay, according to the chart that time. There goes that phone. Anybody got that pool going? Yeah. Okay, excuse me for the 2-player game. It's 15 and 8. Okay, so 15 and 8, and he would get 15 for that one if they were tied. Okay, that would be 23 divided by 2, rounded down, so they would each get 11. All right, and then we're going to be looking at the second highlight here, the third highlight here, total them up, and it's the winner. It's a pretty nice, quick game, not hard to learn. Recommend it. Please go down there and hit that thank button, or thank button. And check it out. You might like this one. This is SoCal Saber saying, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.